Okay. Welcome to FBB Forum. I'm very pleased to welcome the beautiful IFBB pro bodybuilder, Melina Perron. Is that right?
Correct.
Melina most recently competed in the Vancouver Island Pro Show, where she placed in the top three. And she earned her pro card in 2017 at the Edmonton, it was CBF at the time, but it transformed into CPA, and lives in, are you still in Saskatoon?
Correct. Yep. Saskatoon.
Very cool. Welcome, Melina. It's so good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming on with the show. And yeah, I thought you looked great at Vancouver. Just your legs, especially.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. They're interesting, eh?
Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now I was gonna start with questions about how you got started in bodybuilding, and did you have an athletic or sports background when you started?
I'm going to give you my secret here. I was 298 pounds.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So I lost a lot of weight. I
yeah.
don't have an athletic background.
Okay.
I mean, in my teens, like in high school, yes,
Yeah.
but no.
And how
I was a
tall are
big
you?
girl. I had children and gained a lot of weight.
Wow.
Uh, I was a professional photographer for 17 years. So,
Really? Wow.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
that's
Wow.
what I did. So, I gained a lot of weight editing photos in the middle of the night while my children were sleeping and I was eating cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh man.
It's my weakness.
That's good stuff
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Now, how tall are you?
5 feet.
5 feet. Really? Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
I'm
So
super tall.
so how much weight did you end up losing?
Initially 130. My
Wow.
very first show, I weighed 113 pounds.
Wow. Amazing.
That's tiny.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. That's so cool that you kind of turned your life around like that with the
Yeah, I was
obesity and
very
everything.
overweight. Yep.
Yeah. Now, how did you get started in bodybuilding, and who convinced you to do your first contest?
Hmm. So I once I lost all the weight, I actually I wanted to get into fitness. So I walked into a gym and I was very nervous. And then I thought, one of the ways I lost the weight was through yoga.
Okay.
And this gym actually uh, asked if I was a yoga teacher. And I said, no. And then they said, would you consider that? And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
So I took a yoga teacher training course in Nelson, British Columbia,
Okay.
and it was quite intensive. It was 500 hours. It was great. And I came back to Saskatoon and I started teaching yoga. But then I realized I want to build some muscle because I
Oh,
felt I was lean, but I wasn't strong.
okay.
So, but I was nervous, right? I was 300 pounds. I didn't want to train in the gym. I didn't know how to train in the gym. I'm in my 30s,
Yeah.
very lost. So I went at like 2, 3 in the morning. I know that's crazy.
Hmm. Wow.
And I met this big boy, and he was a big man. And he said, why are your legs so big? Like, how did you get these legs? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, yoga? But actually, I believe it was kind of from being 300 pounds, right?
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Carrying the weight. Mm-hmm.
Carrying the weight.
So,
Oh, I see.
carrying the weight.
Interesting. Yeah.
So he said, you want to train? And I said, well, would you teach me? And he said,
Yeah.
yeah. But this guy we trained. And as months went on, he recommended, hey, let's like do a photo shoot, have a goal. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a good goal. In between that time, as we were training, I actually tore my ACL.
Oh, okay.
So I had to get a surgery.
Hmm.
So I never trained my legs. And he said, hey, let's set another goal. I'm going to do a bodybuilding show. And I'm like, what is bodybuilding?
Uh-huh.
No idea. I'm 36 years old. I don't even know what that is.
Uh-huh.
And he says, do you know who Arnold is? I said, yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
So, and I said, okay. And he
Uh-huh.
says, you could be a bodybuilder. I said, okay, like in Saskatoon? He's like, yeah, we have shows. So we trained for like 12-week prep and
Wow.
I won the overall.
That's
I won
awesome.
And I said, I'm going to go. What do you do now? I won. He goes, we got to do nationals. And he says, well, I don't know how to coach you for that, man. I'm just a kid. And I said, I don't even know either. Like, and so we tried, and I also won the nationals.
Oh, that's
And,
terrific.
yeah, I kept winning. It was pretty
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
that's great.
So, and it was just me and this kid for like a long time. I like literally, he's not a coach. Well, he is a coach, but we did it together. It was awesome.
That's incredible. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Culminating in 2017, right? When you got your pro card, right?
Correct. So I
Yeah.
originally started in 2014, like
Okay.
doing national shows.
Oh, that's terrific. Wow.
Yeah.
Did
Cool.
you get your pro card in physique or in bodybuilding?
And I always bodybuild. Yeah.
Always bodybuilding. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Very cool.
Yeah. It was good.
Now I was curious, when you first started, did you have like a fitness role model that you're kind of emulating?
The first bodybuilder I ever saw in photos, like two, was Annalena Papa.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I thought her physique was amazing. She
Yeah.
kind of looked, I was blown away.
Yeah, she's
And I'm like,
amazing.
I want, and I saw her like a photo shoot that I can't even, I still have the image in my head where she's just standing. I think she's by a swimming pool. Anyways, incredible. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to look like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That was the athlete, Annalena Papa. And then my friend said, you should see Linda Murray, Miss
Oh,
Linda.
yeah.
Oh, I was like, what a beautiful classic physique. So
Yeah.
I'm
She's awesome.
super fans of both of those ladies. Like
That's
big.
terrific.
And then current ladies, of course she's Canadian, is Mona Porzelowski. Mona Porzel. Do you say it?
Porcela, I think.
Porcela. Yeah, Mona
Yeah.
Porcela.
She's amazing.
Also,
Yeah.
super fan. I met her at Van Island for the first time. Incredible athlete. She's beautiful. I love
Yeah.
her lines.
Hmm.
Top, that's the other person. Michaela Aycock.
Yeah.
Her glutes are like incredible.
I
And
know.
then another lady I competed against in Chicago, gorgeous. Christina Mendoza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's really terrific. Yeah, she's amazing, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. So I am like fangirl with these girls.
Great.
I don't know if they know that, but like I love them. They're like, so I kind of aspire to look like those ladies. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, I think that's great. Those are a great trio too to look up to. Yeah. And then maybe they'll watch the show here too, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, now, were you nervous when you first went on stage in a bikini, and do you kind of get still nervous these days?
You know, honestly, the first show I didn't even want to do. I was so scared. I was like,
Really?
I'm not gonna walk out there. But the cool thing is, and I want to tell a lot of athletes this, you
Yeah.
literally can't really see.
Hmm.
There's so many, there's like lights and so being in the bikini, I wasn't nervous. It was the posing.
Yeah, sure.
I
Yeah.
didn't really know it well. I remember the comment after the show was like, who taught you to pose? I'm like, some guy. They're like, yeah, let's
Ah,
get a little more graceful. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I'm like,
Yeah, you needed a little woman's touch for the posing.
yeah, it was not very feminine,
Yeah.
but I thought I was great. So I actually loved it. I actually, the nerves were more, will I know the poses? Like when they call them out, will
Yeah.
I? So I'm kind of looking at the other girls. But the cool thing about bodybuilding is we're all kind of on the same page. Like we're
Yeah.
each, when you do an amateur show, everybody's learning. So
That's
it's
true.
awesome. And
Yeah.
we're all kind of encouraging, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you kind of have a little mix up, like I actually struggled to hear the head judge at Van Island, and I think maybe people would notice. I thought when he said front double by, he was saying back double by. I
Oh,
couldn't. I was having trouble hearing.
I think I remember
Um,
seeing that. Yeah, I
and
understand. Yeah.
twice he taught me, and I was like, well, why would he say back double by? Right? Like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but my brain kind of just I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I
So,
understand. Yeah.
so
Was
that's where I get nervous.
Yeah, I understand. But in terms of getting up on stage these days, do you have no, not really any nerves anymore? you've been doing this for a while now, so that's true, and had some shows under
10
your
years.
belt. Do you
Yep, 10
find,
years.
yeah, 10 years, yeah. In terms of the ladies, I think it's kind of neat that the ladies are kind of collaborative versus like kind of overly competitive. Unlike the men, the men seem to be a little bit more duking it out.
We're, we're like, I feel like we're kind of a bit of a family. We connected before the show, some of
Yeah.
us.
Hmm.
Like I had a physique athlete message me. She's from New York, and she's like, "Hey, I want to meet you at the show." I said, "Cool, I want to meet you." So like, it's really cool. And now we like text message and stuff. It's
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
We're like friends, and it's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that. We're very
There,
friendly group of girls. We can remember there was only 8 of us, so
yeah, that's true.
we're like we know each other. We're like by first name, last name, and where we're from.
And there's not that many women's bodybuilder pros out there in the world. I mean, I think you have to kind of stick together and support each other too. Yeah.
Yeah. Hardly any shows, hardly any bodybuilders. We
Hmm.
got to grow. We got to grow.
That's true. Yeah, I was so pleased that there was more more than one competitor this year, because last year just only one. I couldn't believe it, and to have eight, I was really pleased with that. I think that was great.
Yeah. I was going to compete last year. I just, I needed more time.
Yeah. Oh, I
But yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Now, tell me about your Van Island experience, because I heard from several ladies that it was just a terrific experience, and Corey just did a really, really good job with it.
Well, previous to the show, I was called by Corey, by the promoter, asking we would be honored to have you. Uh, really expressing how could we help you to have a wonderful experience.
Great.
We and I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't really want to compete yet. And he, just warm, welcoming, wonderful.
Hmm.
Come check out Victoria. This is what we have to offer.
Hmm.
No promoter's ever done that.
Yeah.
And then I got a
Hmm.
lovely email, like lovely, like welcome to Victoria. And I haven't decided yet. And this is all about the show. And it was incredible.
Really? Yeah.
Incredible. I
That's
felt
great.
very welcomed. And even leading up to the show, I had my mom's very ill,
Oh,
and
yes.
he called. My
Hmm.
mom is dying of cancer and very terminal, and he called and
Wow.
asked how things are going. Like it was very genuine, loving, and caring. And it wasn't
Hmm.
about, well, are you going to be there? It was, how's your mom? How are
That's
you doing?
great. Yeah.
The
Hmm.
show itself, when we got there, Victoria's a bit of a distance, man, and we drove.
Oh,
for
you
for
did?
me, it was 20. By the time we got there, about 25 hours of
Wow. Oh,
travel.
that's
We're in the
good.
middle of Saskatchewan,
Yeah. It's a
so
long ways. Across
yeah,
like
and there's
three
a
time
lot of
zones. Yeah.
a lot of construction. Yeah, too.
Yeah.
So a lot of construction. Anyways, long story short, and a ferry ride. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then it
That's
goes to the States. It was kind of cool. So once we get there, unbelievably organized. Unbelievable. I mean, you walk in, hey, welcome to the show. We'd like to do a photo of you. Here's your wicked awesome swag bag.
yeah.
Here's your buttons. Time for your tan. Like it was all, and everything's on time from the meetings to the shows to everything. It's
Great.
smooth, beautiful venue. Oh my gosh.
Really?
The
I heard that too.
gorgeous, gorgeous
Yeah.
venue with chandeliers and
Huh.
uh but beautiful, beautiful water fountains, tulips outside,
Wow.
gorgeous,
Very
gorgeous.
nice.
It
Yeah.
was very nice. So if I would highly recommend. The people are nice.
Yeah.
Uh, the volunteers are wonderful.
Great.
It was an exceptional experience.
Yeah.
Highly recommend Van Island Showdown. I actually will. They don't know. I will return
That's
because it was
terrific.
that great. It was
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah,
I've heard that from other ladies too. Even it made all that long travel worthwhile, because the people who flew there, it took them forever to get there, and and but
yeah.
which is kind of tough when you're in prep and stuff too, I would think. So, but I
Very
think it.
challenging. One athlete I heard took from the one from Chile 4 flights,
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy. Oh
and it was
man,
like 2 days. It was or 3 days, and Very, very, very. Yeah, I've heard lots of travel challenges, and
Yeah.
it is challenging because we have to have enough food,
Yeah.
right?
That's
We
right.
have to have rest. Wait, when are we training?
Mm-hmm.
If you're on a plane all day, when are you training? You got to train.
Yeah.
So and enough water and enough sleep and the stress of the flights and airlines. It's these girls and guys are doing amazing.
I would think you could just do like push-ups in the aisle in the plane.
Hey, we were why not?
But
That's why we
pull up,
bring we
you,
bring pump up bands. You do what you can do, right?
you ask for a pull-up band and or a pull-up bar in the bathroom. Be like, you know.
Tight squeeze, but that's okay. Hey, that's bodybuilding. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, lunging in the aisles.
Yeah, lunging. Yeah, that's true.
It's
um,
good.
that's great though. I'm glad to hear that. And that's yeah, just from a fan perspective, I love hearing stuff like that about the promoters and because the fans appreciate that too. Yeah.
Incredible. Yep. We had like free access to their beautiful gym, the
Yeah, I
Truth
heard.
Gallery,
Truth
very
Gym.
nice Truth Gallery. It
Yeah.
has a gallery, like an artist featured gallery
Really?
and a gym. It's really cool.
Wow,
I,
that's so
I had a
cool.
photo shoot in there. It was awesome.
That's terrific.
And there was desserts when you came in, which was but
Well,
it was wonderful. Really unique equipment too. A couple of pieces I haven't seen in a
really,
while. It was kind of cool to try those.
that's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah,
And
very cool.
we talked a little bit before the interview about you yourself are a promoter and a
Mhm.
judge. Could you talk about your roles in that?
Correct. So I actually work for the Canadian Physique Alliance. It's the Canadian version of the NPC. We're part
Yeah.
of the NPC IFBB. We have 62 shows here in Canada, and I'm fortunate to host two shows in my province, or what you would call a state.
Yeah.
In and I host a natural and an open.
Okay.
So, and mine's called Golden Prairie Cup because I live in the prairies.
Okay.
And yes, this is my third year promoting. I love it. I love it. We
Great.
have athletes from all across Canada.
Okay.
It's incredible. It's similar to the amateur show that was taking place at Van Island. Same thing.
Yeah.
So we have all the divisions from bikini, wellness, fitness, figure, bodybuilding, classic, physique, beautiful. We have them all.
Yeah.
A large pool of athletes. We have a wonderful fitness community here in Saskatchewan. But the great thing is they come from all over. I
Yeah.
have athletes come from Victoria. So and these shows are designed as called qualifiers. So
Mhm.
if they place top three, they have the opportunity to go to our Canadian national shows,
Yeah.
Toronto, Vancouver, to earn their IFBB Pro card.
Okay.
It's
Great.
awesome.
That's
And
great.
then I love it. And then I'm very fortunate to be able to be on judging panels here in Canada.
Uh-huh.
Anytime there's an opportunity that I can sit on a panel, I'm doing it. I love it.
That's
So
terrific.
I get to get behind the scenes and judge people like me. And it's
Yeah.
fun.
I bet
It's
that's really
great.
cool.
And
What
I'm always learning. I'm very, very, very lucky to have met our president and our vice president and our CPA community, and they've taught me, and I'm always learning, and I love it.
I
Yeah,
bet did you get some tips going to Corey's show? Be like, oh, we should do this, that kind of thing.
yeah, that's what promoters do, right? We're always learning, we're picking up. Corey and I work together actually.
Yeah.
So he MCs my show,
Oh, he
and
does?
yes, and he's actually a very large sponsor of the show.
Great.
So he and a friend, a very good friend.
That's terrific.
So yeah, so Corey gives me. We bounce ideas, we generate ideas. We're always about the athletes.
Yeah.
I think his
Great.
show is he's really innovative.
Mm-hmm.
I love things that he does that I haven't brought to our province, like the NFTs. I was really blown away with the medical testing.
Okay.
I actually think that should be an industry standard. I
Yeah.
think it should be done. And I mean not just Canada, I mean international. I
Yeah.
thought, wow, athlete. I thought, Corey, wow, what a great idea.
That's a good
We
idea.
we did not step on stage without a medical. It was
Okay.
fantastic.
That's
You
great.
know, from our heart rate tested, our oxygen levels to make
Yeah.
sure our health was optimal. Um, that's
That's great.
and there was a few athletes that they had to be retested or checked to
Yeah.
make sure that they can compete.
Okay.
And wonderful, checking our dehydration levels.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be an industry standard.
I think
Truly,
that's makes sense. Yeah, that
I
makes
think
a lot of sense.
that really was very incredible. I thought it was great. At first, I was like, "Ah, I'm gonna see a doctor," and then I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, "Wait, this is a really good idea."
Yeah, it makes sense. And it kind of shows that he really cares about the athletes too. Yeah, that's
100%.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
That's
So it's
pretty
cool.
um I was curious, like, where do you hope to compete next? Are you doing Toronto? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm gonna do Toronto. I I actually, because I thought, well, you're in shape, Melina. Why don't we just hit it up? So yeah, I before I go to Toronto, I'll actually be guest posing at one of our local shows in 3 weeks in
Great.
a different province, state.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna just stay in shape. And
Yeah,
then we're gonna hop to the Toronto Pro.
that's
Yeah.
terrific. Yeah.
There's probably an amazing amount of athletes there.
Yeah.
Uh that's our big one.
I know that's
So
a big one, definitely. And it's great that women's bodybuilding is up in that at that show too, because we've
yes.
lost a few shows, in the division, unfortunately. So yeah.
I'm very sad to say there's only 8, and there's 2 for sure. I personally wouldn't be able to even get to,
Yeah.
like distance wise, or needs applications, right?
Hmm.
Like, so that leaves only 6 real shows for someone like me to do, but can be that's not very many. That means 6 opportunities when there are a lot more for other divisions, like
Yeah, that's true.
10 times or 20, 30, 40 times more shows.
It's
It's
it's kind of cool that 2 of those are in Canada, though. Now that I think about it, though, Yeah.
yes, yes, tour in Canada, which
Yeah.
I never been to Canadian shows, so I'm pretty excited about that. I should support my family.
Yeah.
uh, but it happened to be COVID year that I actually traveled away because our shows were canceled.
Yes, that's true. I remember
So
that.
that is
Yeah.
actually the reason. Yeah.
That's cool. Um, I was curious in terms of Van Isle, what feedback did you get from the judges in terms of where to improve your physique?
Very similar to what I typically get.
Uh-huh.
Is my lower body's very strong,
Yeah.
quite dominant. So to assist with balance and symmetry, if I could widen my delts a little
Hmm.
bit wider in the shoulders, um, and then I and thickening my back, my upper back,
Yeah.
so a little bit thicker.
Okay.
Of course, my little baby biceps,
Uh-huh.
but not a major concern. The concern is getting those shoulders wider and the upper back thicker.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then
Um,
I on a personal note think I need to work my core a little bit more. Like,
uh-huh.
I noticed some of my transitions, I have a little bit of a belly coming out.
Oh, I see.
Uh
Yeah.
Not good. Like, I think it's just me breathing.
Yeah.
Um I strengthening those areas because I was a very heavy person.
Yeah, I understand.
So really keeping tight in the core. So it's not so, well, let's use the word bloaty looking,
Yeah,
kind of.
I understand.
So
Yeah.
that's my feedback to me.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I appreciate, I love corrective criticism, because how do you grow? How do you get
Yeah.
better? Right?
Do
How
you
do you get
seek out
stronger?
do you seek out other judge feedback usually, or
Absolutely.
you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Oh
sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like Chicago, I waited almost 3 hours. I
Yeah.
just stood there after the show,
Oh,
waiting
wow.
in a lineup for, I find that's the best way to get
Yeah.
it right in person live.
Yeah, that
Like, if
makes
I have
sense.
to take my hoodie off so they take a look and say,
Hmm.
yeah, this is the improvements that are required.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just, let's do it. So I'll wait.
that's
You know,
cool. That's a
I
good
got to
idea.
stand by Nick Walker for like a while. It was great.
Really? Oh,
So
cool.
I was happy. He was the champ at that
Yeah.
show. So I was like, I'm happy. you
Yeah,
know,
he's pretty amazing too.
oh yeah, super fan of that.
We're running a little low on time. I'm gonna skip ahead if you don't mind.
Yep.
I was just curious, um, I've been asking this question more, but do you find it kind of hard to keep up with messages and requests from fans? Because I know sometimes the FBB fans can be a little overzealous, but
I answer everyone. I
really?
do. I just always like thumbs up, a heart. Thank you very much. I appreciate the excellent, positive feedback.
Yeah,
Uh, thank you for being a fan. I try to answer everybody.
that's great.
Um,
That's
if
terrific.
if I've answered you once, I might like not answer you every single time.
Yeah,
They're wonderful. I love fans. I never thought I'd ever have fans in my life, so
yeah,
I'm gonna answer them. I love it. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them sharing. You know,
that's
I
great.
you got questions, I'll try my best. I love bodybuilding, and I'm sure you do too.
Yeah. What about the trolls? The trolls are hard to deal with, aren't they?
Okay, this is my first experience of them really hitting me hard. They're open comments and they're really inappropriate. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest.
Hmm.
They're actually hurtful
Yeah.
comments about the sport or my physical appearance.
Hmm.
And I honestly feel that if you haven't, don't take the time to make negative comments. Just
Yeah.
leave it to yourself. If you
Hmm.
don't like bodybuilding or female bodybuilding or me personally, let's just don't follow. Don't
Yeah.
and don't make comments. That's my
Oh,
personal opinion. I'd
yeah.
appreciate it, right? Because
Yeah.
you know I'm a human,
Yeah.
and they're very hurtful. I never experienced that before, but I'm. There's lots of comments every day that are on the negative side.
And you said you're just experiencing that recently, right?
Yeah, like I had a
Yeah.
few before some of my pro shows, but now they're every hour. there's there's
Really?
there's
Wow.
there's one or two comments
I was
on my.
wondering, like, why, and don't know if the Van Isle just got more attention this year because there are more athletes, or more buzz about
Yeah,
it. I don't know what's
uh,
the deal. That's weird,
I
though.
think it's the first show of the year, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh, maybe my placing's a little better
That's
than
true. Top three.
than
That's
the
true.
past, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And you know, people are on Instagram a lot, and that they feel free to share their opinions.
Yeah. Yeah. That's always the block button.
But,
Block them.
yeah, there's like keep it positive.
Yeah.
Why not? Because good vibes to everyone.
Yeah. I agree.
And if you
Yeah.
don't have anything nice, just move along.
Yeah, exactly. I
And
agree.
that shows respect for yourself and others.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I always try to put a positive comment, I'd like to build because I'm a longtime fan, just build up the love and the, appreciation of what y'all do. Cause I don't think I could do it. I'm too lazy. So
And I'm honored and I appreciate it because having someone who loves and respects the sport and shares and their opinions of positivity helps us grow, right?
thank you.
And we need fans. We love you. This is the only reason we have shows. Are
Yeah,
people like you
thank
that
you.
really love the sport, love female bodybuilding, and we were gone for a while, and we need people like you to keep giving back. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Gonna make me blush over here.
No, I appreciate it a lot.
Um, I was going to ask you a little bit about like work and family. Now, you mentioned working for CPA, but do you have like a full-time job outside of bodybuilding?
You're not even gonna believe what I got going on in my kitchen right now. I run a cheesecake company
Oh, yeah.
and I pump out a, like a lot, probably 100 cakes a month, and
Wow.
by myself in my little kitchen, one
Uh-huh.
stove, one fridge, one everything,
Wow.
and I actually can't keep up, so I have to do pre-orders. It's overwhelming. Like I have an order for 250 cookies that have
Wow.
to be done by Friday, and I have 21 cakes to pump out by Friday. There's 3 in the oven right now. Right now, as we speak, my husband's pulling them out when the dinger goes. So cheesecakes are my jam. And I
Wow.
started it because I'm going to tell you, I noticed at one of my shows, my first show, athletes were bringing treats backstage, cookies, cakes, donuts. And I was like, well, wait a minute, I can do that.
Uh-huh.
So the second show, I had a booth of 100 cakes.
Wow.
They were all sold out.
Oh, wow. That's
So
amazing.
uh, that's how Soul Cake started. It was bodybuilding.
Wow, that's terrific.
Yeah.
How do
So
you,
yeah,
what's it like having all the temptation when you're prepping for a show though? Is it tough?
it's only the smell of peanut butter that I love. Because my most popular cake is Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh, really? Wow.
But you know what? I don't, because in here I know I have a goal.
Yeah.
I want to bodybuild. So
Hmm.
when I got Oreos flying and Reese's peanut butter cups and cream cheese and sugar, I'm like, this is for the client. This is for
Hmm.
the athlete. I want to make them happy and smile. And I'm making chocolate mousse and stuff. I'm doing it for them.
Yeah,
It's not about me.
sure.
So, and then when they call me and go, this is the best cake I've ever had in my life, or they're tagging me on Instagram,
Nice.
yes.
Yeah, that's
So,
terrific.
so I'm rewarded by them.
Yeah.
It actually excites me.
Uh-huh.
It's like seeing my physique
Yeah.
grow and get better.
Uh-huh.
That's how excited I get about someone eating my cake. Weirdo.
That's so
I
cool
guess
though.
that's the French in me.
Oh, I think that's terrific though.
Yeah, I
Um,
love it.
Now I was thinking it's kind of like I've talked to bodybuilders with kids in the house and they have their separate stash of like kids food, like cookies and tater chips and stuff, but and then you have to cook for the kids too. So
Oh,
that
I
would
cook
be,
for two
yeah.
teenagers. But so I make approximately three kind of meals because I also cook for a 300-pound man.
Uh-huh.
Right. So I have my husband to cook for, and then my kids kind of eat a little different, but usually the supper's done together. But
Uh-huh.
I don't cook bodybuilding. I never cook bodybuilding.
Really?
Like tonight,
Yeah.
tonight was chicken wings and Caesar salad. I
Uh-huh.
didn't eat that. My family did.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm making lasagna. I'm not eating that,
Uh-huh.
but I cook every day. Like I
Yeah.
make like a full brunch I do on Sundays.
Really?
I always
Wow.
make every Sunday since the kids were born was bacon, eggs, waffles, pancakes. I do that every Sunday
Oh, wow. That's great.
before before I go train.
Huh. That's awesome. That's incredible. Wow. How
Oh
you have,
yeah, because
are
my
your kids?
family is first. My family's always been first.
That's great. You still have
Yeah,
kids in the house, the teenagers?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you do? Oh, how old are they?
16, yeah, 16 and 18.
Wow, that's so
They're
cool.
they're here. I'm sitting in my daughter's room right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Are they
yeah.
supportive of your bodybuilding career?
Um, yeah, like they don't exactly understand, but I'm going to tell you they do because they're like, "Did you go to the gym yet?" I'm like, "No, you're procrastinating. Put those, put that away. Let's go." So
Uh-huh.
they are very. Hey, mom, did you do your second session of cardio?
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock at night. Hey, you want to get to the Olympia? That's what I get.
Yeah.
You want to get to
Oh,
the Olympia? Oh, you're right. Someone else is doing it. You better do it. So you know what? They are supportive.
that's
But
great.
then
Yeah.
sometimes when there's things that are going on that I can't take them to, and I'm like, my husband drops them off,
Hmm.
but they're teenagers now. Because I'm like, hey
Yeah.
guys, I have to go train. I'm not going to go to this movie. You guys go.
Yeah.
They're like, come on, you're going to miss John Wick. And I'm like, I know. I'll catch it later. Or
Yeah.
the Mario Kart movie.
That's cool though. Yeah, I have a
And then
17.
the worst part is I'll fall asleep at that
Oh,
because
no.
I'm so tired.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a 17-year-old daughter, so I can relate with that. And but she's, yeah, a terrific kid and yeah, she pushes me to be better too. That's good to have kids like
Awesome.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Jackie.
Jackie, right on. Oh, I love that name actually.
Yeah, she's a
It's
good kid.
beautiful. Right on.
Now, I want to ask you real quick about you got married in Victoria. So how did the wedding go? And tell us about your husband. Is he a bodybuilder too?
Yeah. So yes, I got married in Victoria the next day. We just decided let's do her up because we were
Yeah.
engaged since 2020,
Oh.
and both our parents are very sick with cancer. And we thought,
Hmm.
you know what, they can't be there. Let's just get some cool, awesome photos. I had a very good friend of mine who is actually the Van Island show photographer.
Hmm.
He did the photo shoot, and we got married in 8 minutes. Bing, bang, boom, right
Wow.
beside some tulips in front of the Parliament building. Fantastic. Then we went around Victoria, did a fun shoot. I'm addicted to espresso. So we
Mhm.
had some shots of espresso, and we
Nice.
shot in a candy store because I love candy.
Uh-huh.
So we did
Great.
that. And then yes, so my husband was a bodybuilder. He did Canadians as well, but he's 55. So now he just works really hard. He's a millwright, so lifting heavy stuff and tools
Yeah.
but he's kind of cool because he's a foreman, so he's not really on the tools like he used to be.
Yeah.
He's
Sure.
he's the big boss.
Okay.
So
That's terrific.
yeah,
Wow.
so it's cool. Yeah, but he did bodybuild. He's won some trophies, some nationals, and but now he's retired.
But he can understand what you're going through because he's
Oh
been
yeah,
there. Yeah.
he's placed well. So yeah, he knows the journey. That's why we're together. He's
Yeah.
very supportive.
That's great.
Yeah, we've been together for 10 years,
Yeah.
and I met him in the gym.
Okay. Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he asked me about my quads.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
That was his pickup line. Hey, he goes, what do you do for those legs? I said, do you want to know? And then I said, oh yeah. So that's cool, eh?
That's really sweet. That's so cool that y'all got married right after the show too. Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't tell anyone.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, wow.
No, no. And then Corey's like, no.
Did you get like a
So
justice of the peace or something, or was there
yeah,
like a? Oh, yeah,
yeah. I hired a commissioner. Yeah,
great. That's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. It was good. It was great. It was a good experience. I just Googled how to get married in Victoria. That's
Uh-huh.
how you do it, and that's how you do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's
Um,
good.
Now I was curious. We only have like a couple minutes left, so I'll probably get one or maybe one more question in. I
Oh,
was
I'm
just
chat
curious.
chat.
Yeah, I might have to do a part two. Um,
Oh,
that'd be cool.
okay.
But I was curious, do you find it kind of hard to juggle, home life and bodybuilding and your work life?
Yeah, I got a trick.
Yeah.
I am very, very organized with paperwork. As you can see, I write everything down.
Yeah.
I've carried journals since the day I started bodybuilding. And I mean meticulous journals.
Really?
From I can tell you my weight at every show, what I ate. I can tell you what I ate 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Hmm.
On the day, what I've ate, what I trained,
Wow.
everything. Even how I felt
Hmm.
and what happened. I have like detailed journals
Hmm.
that I have. I could tell you how peak week went in Spain versus Chicago Pro.
Wow. That's really cool. I've
Yeah,
never
and
heard of anyone
same
doing that.
coach. Oh yeah, same coach. I write everything. I got sticky notes plastered in my house. Like I'm very um organized in that way. I have to write everything down.
Hmm.
If we have a conversation, it's on paper or
Okay.
in my
Yeah.
phone. Yeah, I'm just so that's how I stay organized. So if I know I need 21 cakes done by a certain time, this is and or I know I have to be at the hospital with my mom or appointments, everything's down.
Yeah.
Meticulous time management. When I organize the show,
Hmm.
very organized. This is what we're doing at this time. This is when we're picking up this. This is when we're doing this. Or if I know I can't do it, I'll delegate.
We're going to get cut off here, so I just want to
Yeah.
warn you. Let's do part two sometime, definitely, and I'll get this
Okay.
posted soon. But it's so nice talking with you. I really appreciate it.
Awesome talking with you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you so
Let's
much.
keep bodybuilding alive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we will. We'll keep it alive for sure.
Thank you. We'll see you in Toronto.
Oh, I'd like to get up there. Maybe at least pay-per-view.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Get the pay-per-view. I love it. Thank you so much. You're fantastic.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank
See you
you.
guys.